When the removal of fuel subsidy was announced in 2023, Nigerians reacted in different ways.
For now, if I use 1,000 naira for a good cup, now it's 3,000.
Some saw it as a necessary sacrifice, a way the government could save money, reduce corruption, and allow those funds to be invested in infrastructure, education, healthcare, and other sectors of the country. But for many, the announcement brought fear and frustration because the removal of subsidy meant higher everything: transport costs, food prices, and more hardship in daily living. What most people didn't realize, at least not immediately, is that the removal didn't only hit fuel. No, it spread into many other parts of life. Fertilizer subsidy, for one, has been affected, and that has real consequences for farmers and through them for all of us who buy food. And this, my friends, is where today's conversation begins. Hello everyone, it's another episode of PolicyWatch by Policytv. I'm Miberan Omoloju, and today we will continue with our series on the agricultural sector in Nigeria, specifically unpacking the impact of fertilizer subsidy on farmers and on you. Now let's start with the basics. In Nigeria, fertilizer subsidy has been part of the agricultural policy for many years. Now, what it means is government covering part of the cost of fertilizer so farmers can pay less. The idea that if inputs like fertilizer, seeds, and others are cheaper, farmers will use them more, increase their yields, and eventually food becomes cheaper and more abundant. Now, that sounds absolutely reasonable, right? Now, but in practice, Nigerian farmers are still paying the price, literally. Here's the reality. The government budgets billions for fertilizer subsidy. Contracts are awarded, but many times these contracts are inflated. Suppliers are paid for certain tonnage, but not all of it arrives. Some fertilizers never leave the warehouses. Some get diverted before reaching the farmer. A report by AGRA, that is Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa, in 2024 highlighted this exact problem. The fertilizer subsidy programs across Africa, including Nigeria, often look huge on paper, but deliver little because of procurement inefficiencies and leakages. Even when fertilizer does get distributed, it passes through several hands: state officials, local distributors, agro dealers. Each one adds their own markup. So by the time the farmer gets it, that supposedly subsidized bag has doubled in price. For example, if government says a bag of fertilizer should cost 15,000 naira under subsidy, by the time it reaches the farmer, it could cost 30,000 naira or more. That's not subsidy, that's a surcharge. To make things worse, some farmers report receiving adulterated or low-quality fertilizer. That means they need to use twice as much just to see half the result. So instead of saving money, they actually lose more. And at the end of the chain, who suffers most? The farmer, and of course, you and I. Because when farmers' costs go up, food prices also go up. Now, this is why, despite being Africa's largest economy, Nigeria still struggles to achieve food security. So, how do we fix this broken chain? First up, we must clean up procurement. Fertilizer procurement has to be transparent. Nigerians should know who gets the contracts, how much they are paid, and whether they deliver. And anyone who fails should be blacklisted. Next, we should track deliveries with technology. We need to track our deliveries with technology using tools like QR codes or even simple barcoding, so that what leaves a warehouse can be traced directly to the farmer. No more ghost supplies. Also, we need direct-to-farmer models. Instead of moving fertilizer through too many hands, let farmers access it directly through e-vouchers or e-wallets, redeemable at accredited agro dealers. Nigeria once tested this with a growth enhancement support scheme, and though it wasn't perfect, it showed that cutting out middlemen reduces leakages. It's not about the numbers or policies. It's simple. If fertilizer subsidies don't reach farmers, food security is compromised, and every Nigerian feels the impact at the markets. If we get this right, fertilizer subsidies will finally do what they are meant to do: support the farmer, boost yields, and bring down food prices. Alright everyone, this is where we'll be wrapping it up for today. This has been Policy Watch, brought to you by Policytv, and I am Miberon Omoloju. I'll see you all next time in our next episode. Stay safe.